Research is a tested approach of thinking and employing validated instruments and steps in order to obtain a more adequate solution to a problem that is otherwise impossible to address under ordinary means, according to Crawford. This means that different situations, different problems, different concerns have different procedure of answering. In quantitative research, for example, there are various statistical treatment that you may employ depending on what's appropriate to use for your research questions. So in research, if there's no problem in the first place, then there's no point on conducting a research at all. But the thing is, we have a lot of problems that should be addressed, need to be sufficed. And the best way to solve those problems, is through research. Right? Research is a continuous undertaking of making known the unknown, according to Sanchez. So research can reveal facts and enlighten us about the reality. So when we look for a knowledge, when we look for answers to our questions, we can employ research in order to find the answers that we're looking for. It is a continuous undertaking because we are not living in a static world, meaning we're living in a dynamic world. It's always changing. Thus, the events, phenomena, lifestyle needs, etc., also change. So, in research studies that have the same topic, for example, you may wonder they have different results, even though they have the same topic, but different results. It's because the contexts are different, the situations are different, even though you're dealing with the same issue, but the underlying conditions or situations could be different. That's why you may encounter the same topics but different results. Research and investigation following ordered steps in leading to discovery of new information, according to Sanchez. So, inquiry, being curious on what's happening around us. We need to be inquisitive. We want to discover new things that you're interested in. So, it's a thorough investigation. Empirical process should be employed. Okay, research is a very careful investigation of something that purports the contribution of additional or new knowledge and wisdom, according to Passy. Uh, we need to have a careful investigation when it comes to research because, as what I have mentioned earlier, conducting a research in improper way may cause the credibility of your research. You may disseminate wrong information to people, then that can lead to a problem. So it's very important that you need to be careful. You need the process or methodology that you're going to take should be validated by experts. There should be validation process when it comes to research. Next is research is an investigation. As what I have always mentioned on the previous slides, it is an investigation, but it's different from um, other forms of investigations because in research, you need to dig deeper. You need to inquire more about the issue or a particular topic that you want to deal with. And you need to ask questions and try to answer those questions through um, empirical process. Research is systematic, so you can investigate something anytime you want and how you want to do it, but in the context of research, it's different. There should be logic on the methodology in conducting research. You need to follow procedures and step-by-step process. Because as what I've mentioned, one wrong move, your research will be invalid. Kaya uh, it's it's not surprising anymore dun sa mga students nagkakandak ng when they conduct thesis, tapos when they undergo a panel defense, tapos after the deliberation of the panel members, may iba na reconduct sila kasi there's something wrong sa procedure nila. Kaya merong iba na redefense, ganun. It's very important when you lay out your research, kailangan you can come up with the right process para valid ang inyong investigation. Then research reveals truth. So through research, we can unearth facts. We can gain knowledge that are unknown to us. So it will enlighten us about the reality. Then research is about a topic, phenomenon, or reality. Okay. These are the things that you may consider to look at when you want to investigate something through research. You want to study about a particular topic, about a phenomenon, or an event or happening, or the reality around us. You can conduct research studies about what's happening around us. Then the research should be systematic, as I mentioned earlier. There should be a proper format that you need to suffice. So in terms of technicalities, we need to follow the proper way of writing your paper. Meron siyang proper format. Depends on the department, but there's universal procedure when it comes to writing your research. There are important chapters that you need to consider. For example, the introduction, background of the study, review of related literature, methodology, results and discussion, so on. Okay, the research should be objective. So there should be concrete answers to the questions, which means that when you formulate a question, it should be answerable. Kasi objective tayo when it comes to conducting research. So there should be concrete analysis and evaluation. Okay, this is very important to note, especially in qualitative, because before, qualitative research is not valued because the analysis and evaluation of the data are more of subjective siya. But we can make qualitative as an objective type of research through using theoretical framework or theories that may use your research. So, which means that in theories na gagamitin para sa research, that will be your criteria on how to analyze your data. Okay, remember last year before we end our before we had our Christmas break. So, before you can come up with a title or specific topic for your research, I ask you to look for related literature because it's very important na before you can start with your research, meron kayong theory dapat because that will be your theoretical framework. That's the basis of your analysis study ninyo. And we will know what are the related literature that we should look for para sa study. So, I think most of the groups na meron ng related literature nakasubmit na. Next, the research should be feasible. So, it's very important that you need to foresee your research, that you know that you can finish your research, it's possible to conduct. So, dapat you need to look at the given conditions and limitations when you conduct a research. So, dapat possible yun siya na makonduct. Then the research should be empirical. So your findings should be supported by evidence. So that's the work or importance of review of related literature. Kasi how can you claim something without a proof? But you need to provide supporting facts and evidence to solidify your claims through related studies, literature. So when you observe, kailangan ma-back up siya. That's why Review of written literature is considered as the safety net of your research. Kasi when you analyze something from your data, you need to provide supporting evidence. And the very thing in your research that it can do that is your written literature. So when you write your research, kailangan you need to enrich your review of written literature. That will also be your basis, or that will also give you the idea on how to analyze your paper. When I was in college, when I conducted my thesis, individual kami sa paper na sa thesis namin, individual kami, and I was able to come up with comprehensive analysis. It's because of my review of written literature. So without my review of written literature, I won't be able uh, to give comprehensive analysis, evaluation sa akong data. So the same thing sa inyo. It's very important na marami kayong review of written literature. The research should be clear. So the topic, the context, the terms that will be used in your study should be clear. So if you are conducting a quantitative study, for example, the variables should be clearly defined and how are they connected to each other, or the factors that we're going to deal with. So in qualitative study, your topic should be clear. Kailangan you explain thoroughly what's the topic of your research. So that's why in quantitative, conceptual framework is very important. Sa qualitative naman, yung research tool, napaka-importante. Then next, we have the research paradigm. The research paradigm is an outline that guides the researcher in conceptualizing and conducting the research. So which means that when we talk about research paradigm, it's like the model. It's the format that you need to suffice, or the um, the basic and essential parts in research. An effective research must address these two important aspects: the research foundations and the research methodology. Say research foundations. Research foundations, it's like the outline or the initial part of the research. This is the part where you need to establish your research before you gather your data. In research foundations, first, you need to have a research problem. When you say research problem, it's your research gap. Meaning, this is the problem that you need to address in your research. So through investigation, you can come up with a solution or an answer to your problem sa research gap. Next is the purpose. So there should be an objective in conducting a research. So how can the research fill in the research gap? So meaning, you should know how to occupy the niche. So meron dapat purpose yung paper ninyo. The next is the research question. So it's related to the research problem. Say research questions, it is your statement of the problem you need to answer. Then we have conceptual framework. Conceptual framework shows or represents the variables of the study and how are they connected. If you're dealing with correlational study, like is there a significant relationship between these variables, or is there a significant difference between these variables? So your conceptual framework will show you how these variables are related to each other. The next, we have the research methodology. So see, research methodology, this is the process and how you're going to conduct your research, and what are the considerations that you need to follow to come up with successful study. As what I've mentioned earlier, the definitions and characteristics of research, research is systematic. That's why there should be process methods, proper method in conducting your research. So it depends upon the nature and context of your study. Maglahi-lahi siya per study. We have research approach and design. Say there are various research designs depending on the context of your study. Like we have qualitative study, quantitative, and mixed method. So these are the three major research design. Pero uh, we can specify what type of qualitative, what type of quantitative, what type of mixed method. So, qualitative, natin mga descriptive. Descriptive pwede siya sa qualitative at quantitative. Meron tayong case study, historical design, um, descriptive correlational, descriptive comparative. So, depende siya sa study ninyo. Next is the data collection. So, gathering of the data. We can gather your data through survey questionnaire, through interview, or one-on-one or focus group discussion. Meron tayong corpus-based. When say corpus-based, when you analyze a content like sa mga books or uh, newspapers, editorials, yung corpus-based. Or retrieving or recording of or videos, files, or documents. These are the things that we can use as data. Then we have data analysis. Okay, after the gathering of the data, you may analyze and evaluate. And your basis of your evaluation and analysis of your study should be according to your theoretical framework or yung theory-based study. Next is conclusion. So after the analysis and evaluation, you can generate the findings, all the claims, and you can come up with conclusion. And your conclusion should answer your statement of the problem. It's a research question ninyo. Then the roles of the researcher. So it's very important that you need to know as researchers, since you are enrolled in practical research one, you are all considered as researchers. So there are specific things that you need to consider, or these are the things that you need to uphold with when conducting a research study. So as a researcher, you are a principal investigator, which means you need to make your own or conduct your own research. Do not hire for researchers that will do the work for you. So it's very important na ikaw talaga mag-conduct study. Ay, so many. The next, you are a member of a research team. So if you are in a group, you're a group of researchers, you need to collaborate with your team. You need to do your part because it's your responsibility to contribute. An identifier of a researchable problem. So as a researcher, you need to know how to spot a problem and you should be eager to find solutions for the problem that you identified. Then you're also an evaluator of research problems. So you need to evaluate the problems if they can be addressed through research. So you need to foresee underlying conditions or situations that can affect or related to your study. Then you are a user of research findings. So after you conducted the research, you are done with writing your paper, you should know how to use the knowledge that you have gained through conducting a research study. Make it of use. You can disseminate it. You can present it through research conferences or my international research journal, publish paper. need to be patient or client advocate during study. So research is a rigorous, nerve-wracking process. Although mahirap siya, but it's very possible to finish. It's very possible to finish. So if you'll be lenient, that will cost the quality of your paper. So if you will cram, that can affect the quality of your paper. Subject, respondent, and participants. So you should be mindful of the rights of your research participants also. You, you as a researcher, there should be the ethical standards that you need to uphold. And one of the things that you need to consider is the rights of your research subjects, respondents, or participants. So you need to be careful in terms of dealing with them, especially if the topic of your study is sensitive, or you need to hide the identity of your respondents or participants. It's because the information that you're getting from them is confidential. Then the importance of research. Research provides a scientific basis for any practice or methodology in any field or discipline. So if you're going to apply something or use a method, if that is not supported by research studies, then it will affect the flow or the process. Like, for example, taking medicines without scientific proof that the medicine can cure particular disease. So then there's no point on taking the medicine unless it may cost your health. Like, for example, sa COVID-19 na health crisis, pandemic. So before you can come up with a vaccine, kailangan may scientific research muna, including na dyan yung trials to see if effective ba yung na-develop na vaccine. Research is undertaken for the continuous development and further productivity in any field. So research is a continuous process. So you cannot generalize that the techniques and methods used before are also applicable in a modern context, meaning the things that we're doing the past years, it doesn't mean that they're also effective in the current time. So when implementing something, other institutions or agencies or organizations use pilot testing to see if the newly formed or formulated method or technique is effective and efficient ba. So kailangan muna i-test if effective. Research helps develop tools for assessing effectiveness of any practice and operation. So existing tools in assessing different aspects in life can also be subjected to research if they are still effective in a particular context or not. Remember what you conducted sa APP ninyo? Those instrument na ginamit ninyo are all established na siya. So nagamit na siya previous research studies. So by using those instruments that are already used in previous studies, we can assess if those instruments can still be used in different situations or different contexts ba. Okay, research provides solutions to problems concerning almost all issues encountered in different areas of work. So through research, we can address problems. So halimbawa, again, sa COVID-19, yung mga issues that are connected with COVID-19 pandemic. So kailangan back up siya ng research. Okay, research impacts decision making. Okay, when we make decisions, especially crucial ones, we need to make sure that we calculate the situation and suffice our decision with a solid basis. That's why kapag may problema na ina-deal, it's very important when you claim something that this is the effective solution or this is the alternative to address such problems, kailangan meron tayong basis. Makita na kada siya nga solution, effective siya sa kining nga situation. So we can use research studies to back up our decisions. Research develops and evaluates alternative approaches to the educational aspects of any discipline. So because there are a lot of existing problems in any field, in any discipline, we can utilize research studies to improve and remediate and provide solutions to those problems. Research aims to advance the personal and professional qualifications of a practitioner. So research study is a professional endeavor. So research is also for professional growth. So mga researchers, mga academicians should know how to conduct study. Then goals for conducting research. Okay, to produce evidence-based practice. So if you want to implement a program, make sure it's a research-based so that we can set expected results. So if you are going to implement a program without a basis, so you have no idea what will happen. Kasi you just implement it without knowing the potential of that program. Kasi we can only know if there's a potential that program if it's being practiced before and it produced good results. It established credibility in the profession. So if you have investigations, such as conducting research, because it can give you the credibility. You should not jump to conclusions right away without a proper investigation. This is what happened if you're familiar with the case of ano karon hot topic karon Christine Dacera. This is the problem kasi because PNP they already concluded before the medical legal came out. So before yung results, they already established an assumption and they strongly believe with that assumption. Kaya merong prejudgment na yung mga tao. And it turned out hindi pala credible yung assumption na ni-rape daw siya kasi hindi siya masuportaan sa autopsy. So that's the problem. Kaya nagka-problema. It's very important. You need to have careful investigations first. Okay, to observe accountability for the profession. So it's a professional accountability. Okay, there are many ethical standards that you need to consider when it comes to conducting research. To promote cost effectiveness through documentation. Okay, through research, you can test different alternatives and their outcomes. So by that, you can decide which one is more beneficial. So you need to test different alternatives or different possible solutions. And you need to see which one is more beneficial. So mas maraming maka-benefit. And that's the end of that topic. So do you have question? By the way, meron pang next topic at 2 topics yung discuss natin ngayon. Do you have question about the first topic? May clarification?
Wala, sir.
Okay na?
Yes, sir.
Let's jump to our next discussion. So since this is practical research 1, qualitative research, we're going to focus with this one, qualitative research. Okay, the objectives for this lesson: identify the various types of research and differentiate qualitative and quantitative types of research. First, let's discuss about the general forms of research. First, we have what we call the scientific research. It is a research method that seeks to explain. It is a research method that seeks to explain naturally occurring phenomena in the natural world by generating credible theories. So, scientific research is a systematic investigation of scientific theories and hypotheses. So, you need to scientific method, a process that helps construct an accurate depiction of our universe and its processes. So, in order to answer whatever question we may have. So, generally, we have a belief that to see is to believe. Kasi nga, we have uh, we have a precognition that there should be empirical evidence on all beliefs that we had. Kailangan makita natin that it's true. So what this means is researchers observe the world around them. So for a researcher, you should be inquisitive, you should be observant, you should notice everything what's happening around you. So you formulate potential explanations for the phenomena you observe, test those hypotheses through experiments, and analyze the results to see if they're right or wrong. So you need to challenge your hypothesis. Then research in the humanities seeks to define the purpose of human existence by tapping into historical facts and future possibilities. Okay. Research in the humanities can be accomplished through surprising diverse range of methods. So these apply equally well to study of languages, literature, fine arts, applied arts, religion, philosophy, or any topics within the bounds of uh, liberal arts. Then we have artistic research, provides alternative approaches to establish concepts by conducting practical methods as substitutes for fundamental and theoretical ones. Okay, itong artistic research, artistic experientiality is the very core of this research. So how it transmitted and how it transmit meanings. So which means self-reflective siya or self-critical. So in artistic research, there are two things that you need to consider: the artwork and the work of art. Say artwork, it means the product. For example, the dance, the painting, the song, the acting, etc. And the work of art, what the art does. What does the art imply to you? Ganun siya. What are the concepts or understandings, methodologies, material practice, sensorial experience, or the effect, or what's the impression of the art to you? Then we have research design. Okay. Research designs are types of inquiry within qualitative, quantitative, and mixed methods approaches that provide a specific direction for procedures in a research design. So, the research designs will give the researcher a guidance on how to conduct the research. So the process of inquiry investigation will revolve in the research design. So it will depict what kind of research that you're going to conduct. So it is connected with your statement of the problem. So because research design will help you answer the research problem in appropriate process. Okay, other researchers call research designs as procedures of inquiry or strategies of inquiry. So research design will tell you what kind of process and methods that you're going to follow. Okay, purpose of research design. Clearly identify and describe the research problem or topic and justify the selection of the appropriate design to be used. So the research problem will be properly determined if the outline on answering is properly justified. So that's the purpose of research design. Review and synthesize previous studies and literature related to the topic. So your research design will also determine if you need to provide hypothesis or not at all. So for example, sa qualitative studies, you don't need to provide hypothesis na because you're just going to answer questions. So there's nothing to challenge. There's nothing to prove or reject. You just have to explain phenomena, expand the body of knowledge of a specific topic. But in quantitative, there are other studies na walang hypothesis, like if subjective, if descriptive lang yung study, no need to provide hypothesis. Pero kapag comparative, correlational, kailangan may hypothesis because you're going to challenge your assumption if there's significant relationship or if there's significant difference dun sa variables ng study nyo. Then clearly identify hypotheses that are significant to the problem. So, as what I have mentioned, kailangan siya, research design will give you the idea on how to analyze your research, especially the data of your study. Okay, determine the data necessary to test the hypothesis and explain how the data will be obtained. So, research design will also determine what kind of data needed for your study. Like for example, if quantitative study, kung nominal or ordinal data ba? Kung qualitative, corpus-based ba yung study mo, or historical documents, or recordings, or video or voice recordings. So depende. Okay, describe the methods of analysis that will be used on the data gathered in order to evaluate the hypothesis of the study. So you also need to explain what kind of analysis you're going to make based on your hypothesis, your research questions, and the gathered data. Examples of research design. First, we have action research. It is a pragmatic and solution-driven, and any information gathered is used to identify and implement a solution to the problem. So it's action research. You have an observed problem and you implement a solution to your observed problem. So other action research studies do not need conclusion kasi the solution is contextualized and possible that is not applicable in other situation. Like for example, classroom action research, possible kasi yung solution na develop mo based on your research is only applicable to your students and they're not applicable to other students. Yun yung unique sa action research. Very highly contextualized. Then we have causal design. This research explores how a specific change impacts a certain situation. So, kung causal design, it's cause and effect. It explores the causes of a certain phenomenon. So it's also known as explanatory research, which is conducted in order to identify the extent and nature of the cause and effect relationships. So causal research can be conducted in order to assess impacts of specific changes on existing norms and various processes. You have the descriptive design. This design answers who, what, when, where, and how questions related to a particular situation. Descriptive design, it's one of the basic research designs kasi you just have to describe. It's just the aim of descriptive research is to accurately and systematically describe a population, a situation, or phenomenon. Pwede ito sa qualitative at saka sa quantitative. Then experimental design. The researcher controls the factors and variables related to certain phenomena and tries to change or manipulate one or several factors to determine the possible effects. So experimental research Is any research conducted with a scientific approach where a set of variables are kept constant while the other set of variables are being measured as a subject of experiment. Merong as experimental, merong controlled group, meron ding isa na uncontrolled group. So, malimbawa sa I don't know if you ever heard the news na dun sa US when they developed the vaccine, meron ibang test subjects na placebo pill yung pinatake sa kanila. Placebo pill, ano yan siya, sugar pill lang yan siya. There's no um, medical content on that, medicinal content on that pill sa placebo kasi sugar lang siya. Kasi possible kasi um, may there are um, diseases or sickness na psychological siya, hindi siya physiological. So, itong placebo pill can affect, though hindi siya related sa there's no chemical on that pill, pero basic sa psychology sa psyche sa tao ba na pag mo take siya ang pill nauna niya ay maayo ko ani. So, psychological siya. So, meron controlled group, meron din uncontrolled group. So, depende kung ano yung study. Then, exploratory design. This research focuses on topics or problems which have had little or no studies about them. So, exploratory research is defined as a research used to investigate a problem which is not clearly defined. So, it is conducted to have a better understanding of the existing problem, but will not provide conclusive results. So itong exploratory, for example, if mayroong specific topic that is not being explored thoroughly, so if you want to provide additional knowledge about the topic, you can use exploratory design. So we also have cohort design. This research identifies a group of people sharing common characteristics who are then studied for a period of time. So cohort studies are type of medical research used to investigate the causes of disease and to establish links between the risk factors and health outcomes. So this kind of study typically observes in large group of individuals. You're going to record their exposure to certain risk factors and find clues as the possible causes of those diseases. So in core design, you're dealing with different age groups. Then you have cross-sectional design. This research design looks into a large group of people composed of individuals with varied characteristics. So cross-sectional studies are often used in developmental psychology. But this method is also utilized in many other areas, including sa social science at sa education. So this kind of study is observational in nature and known as descriptive research. So hindi siya causal or relational. It means that you can't use them to determine the cause of something. Like the same with sa cohort design. So iba siya. You also have longitudinal design. This research follows a group over a long period of time. Throughout the period of study, observations are made on the group to track changes over time and identify factors that may have caused them. So, longitudinal study, it's like a cross-sectional one, observational siya. But the researchers do not interfere with the subjects. However, in a longitudinal study, researchers conduct several observations of the same subjects over a period of time. Okay, sometimes lasting for many years. Maabda na yung ubang study na nabot og decade ang ilang observation sa ilang research subjects. Kaya tinatawag na longitudinal design. So there are mahaba yung process. This is usually done in a medical field, especially sa psychology. And we have sequential design. This research follows a group over a long period of time. Throughout the period of study, observations are made on the group to track changes. Ay, wait lang. Simula na ko na na edit. Wait lang guys ha. The same siya og definition sa longitudinal.